Hi there, I'm Violet Van Hees and this is Grow Your Movement Freedom. Welcome. So recently I did a video about the way of using your out-breath to help calm or settle yourself. And the difference between the out-breath and the in-breath, and the out-breath is tied in or linked in with the parasympathetic nervous system in our how our bodies are organized, whereas the in-breath is linked to the sympathetic nervous system. And the parasympathetic nervous system is the one that helps to calm or settle in the body. And the sympathetic nervous system helps to rev you up. And one of the people that watches my vlogs had a really interesting observation as she watched what I told you there, which I want to talk about today, which is when is the out-breath not just a sigh and a collapse? Because for a lot of people, the out-breath has a connotation of being kind of negative. It's kind of like a sort of Eeyore, that kind of thing. But the out-breath actually has different uses, and it depends on how you do it and how you settle into yourself. So I want to look at that today. So in a way earlier video, last year sometime, I had a video where I showed a bridge. And I showed two sides of the bridge, and that the parasympathetic nervous system actually branches into two parts itself. And that one part goes into what's called freeze, and the other part goes into what's called rest and digest, for simplification, right? And the parasympathetic nervous system part that is easy in your body, that feels at ease and lets you rest and recover, has a very different feel than the part that goes into freeze. And when you breathe out, when you go into that parasympathetic place, you may end up on one side or the other, and it becomes useful to know the difference, because that is going into kind of a freeze state. You're getting dulled out, you're getting numb, you're feeling less energized, you're feeling kind of flat. But if you come into the place, which I'm going to be showing you with the horses, where I settle and I land on my bones, and I kind of land on top of myself and feel the support in my body. What I'm doing is releasing the work in my body, the extra work, the muscles that are doing this. And I'm landing on good support. I have a helper here. She also lands on really good support. Horses are great at this stuff, right? So this is really different. And when I'm working, especially with horses, when I'm working with people, I will often breathe out, as will the people that I've learned from. They will often breathe out to kind of get out of that extra tone if I'm worked up. So today, the video I'm going to show you here, I am kind of agitated because I was over at the other side, bringing the horses over, but it's very, very icy today. And when the black horse went to bite the brown horse, and the brown horse skidded and almost got injured. And that kind of freaked me out. So I moved. I came here, changed plans. I'm over here. And so when I came in to actually work with these guys, I did need to bring myself into a more settled place, because animals know and humans know, our biology knows the difference between settled and agitated and schlumped, right? Freeze. They feel very different. And for horses to actually listen to me, they listen best when I'm settled. It's like I have a presence and I have a substance that they recognize and they'll work with and they'll move with me, and it's just easier. So I'm going to show this to you, and then we'll wrap it up. So with this group, I have to be super clear in how I manage them, because this big girl here, the black and white one, and the big black one back there are the two big bossy mares. The other big brown one is actually the herd leader, but he's fairly calm. And then the little brown one, where is he now? There he is. Taku. He's sort of like the one that's on the edge, and he gets bossed around by the others, especially the big black mare. So when the horses eat, I have to keep the big black mare separate. And normally I'll do this by separating them out in different pens, or at least put the two boys together and then keep the girls on their own so the girls don't hog all the food. But today, because of the extreme icy conditions here, I couldn't do that. So I'm trying to manage them in an open space like this with my own presence, keeping them separate so that Taku gets his share of the food without being bossed out of there by Shiraz. So there you go. A little bit of using the out breath to settle into my bones, to actually become energized or more present, more here, more alive, more enlivened, but in a very calm way, which is very different from an out breath that's a sigh or a dejection kind of. It's not that. It's not a collapse. So you can check with yourself when you do an out breath, when you do this and play with the out breath and how does it feel, notice what you tend to do. The freeze state is very common for a lot of people. They're going kind of a shut down. Like it all feels like everything kind of shuts down or gets tighter, less interesting. That's Deuce. He's a herd leader here. These guys just are so good at just being in their bones, right? That's why I love looking at them like this. He's wondering if there's any more grain. So anyways, play with your out breath. Get a sense of what's enlivening, what gets you settled into support from the bones, support from the ground, as compared to kind of collapsing. And notice if they feel different to you. And then notice, especially around animals or whatever, around other people in a meeting, standing around, when you settle onto your bones, what does that feel like? And does that have a particular sense of calm that actually feels good and works well for you? All right? Have fun exploring this. If you have any questions or you'd like more information, check out my website. The information's right below here. And I look forward to hearing what you have to say. I love the questions. I love it when I get interesting comments and insights from people from what they've been doing. It spurs on new videos like this one. So let me know. Thanks very much. Bye for now. Deuce says bye as well. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.